your host, Cowboy and Spade.
Whoa, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. You got the two hosts with the most, the Cowboy and
Spade.
Spade.
Well, Grippos, I don't know nothing about them.
Oh man, they don't know about Grippos.
No,
Grippos is
nothing about them, bro.
no, they don't. Them things are delicious. You don't know about Grippos
Motherfuckers,
from
them
Cincinnati.
motherfuckers addicted.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you shake that bag around, that's when you get that flavor. Shake it, or get all that dust up from the bottom. Oh man, they get good and they got a little spice to them. So I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
boy. Well, of course, today's episode is episode 112, guys. Not a lot going on in boxing, but we do have a couple big fights in the middleweight division and our welterweight. What is it? Super welterweight, 154. And we also have a heavyweight fight. Two pretty good guys at the heavyweight position, almost like an eliminator fight. We got a little bit of news for you, and we actually got breaking news that we're going to start out with right now. Big Spade hand injury forces Sebastian Fundora out of the
I
fight.
fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. That's what I was talking about before we got on here.
Yeah.
I'm pissed about that, bro. That was a fight I wanted to see, bro.
Yeah, that's the one I was most looking forward to, the WBC 154-pound championship. Sebastian Fundora has sustained a hand injury during training camp, forces the postponement of his scheduled October 25th pay-per-view title defense against former unified welterweight champion Keith Thurman. Premier Boxing intends to reschedule the bout ASAP. An official told Boxing Scene on Friday that Ring Magazine first reported the postponement and Fundora's injury. Now, on the undercard, they got Shockey Foster and Fulton, right? Is that who's on the undercard? Fulton and Foster? Yeah, so I'm surprised that wasn't moved up to the main event. They said even with that fight on there that they were still going to postpone it, shooting for some time. I mean, depending on his hand injury, I don't know if you shoot for this year or not, depending on how long what kind of injury, if it's a broken hand or if it's a sprain or
a fracture or something.
Something like that. So we don't know the how big the injury is or how bad it is for Fundora, but that's definitely going to throw that fight off on the 25th, which was a pretty good undercard with Shockey Foster. And I'm surprised they just didn't in and keep that fight going so that we can still see the Foster versus Fulton fight. I think that's a good enough fight to put at the main event. Just was surprised.
But I don't think it's a draw like Fundora now. It's a good fight for boxing, but the regular casuals that ain't, they don't really probably even know about it.
But at the same time, I feel like Fundora and Thurman wasn't really for the casuals either. You know what I mean? A lot of Thurman's been out of the ring, so a lot of people don't know Keith Thurman. They know him by his talk, but casuals really don't know Keith Thurman, and Fundora hasn't really made enough.
He ain't been active either.
He's been active for sure, but he just really hasn't made a name for himself.
He hasn't been active. Fundora haven't been active to me.
No, he hasn't been super active. He's had a couple fights. He's at about one a year right now, or did he fight twice this year? This would have been his second time this year, right? This would have been
because he fight Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, so
been the third fight.
Actually, this has been a third fight, yes, because he just
he has been active.
Who should have never been in the ring with him, in my true honesty. But yeah, this would have been his third fight this year after coming off that injury against Tszyu. So he's been somewhat active, but he still doesn't have that stardom name that I feel like Foster and Fulton pretty much have that same caliber of name as Fundora does. Surprised PBC, with the lack of fights that they've actually put on this year, would completely postpone the fight without trying to just bump up the co-main event and then fill in the card with a couple of the other fighters that they got that's just not getting any attention at all.
I think they're trying to find their next superstar.
I think they are, but I think that they're leaning so much on Tank. Just hey, he'll go fight Jake and save us, and we'll make a big payday from that. Which is weird that I didn't really think about that because he's with PBC, and PBC with the bumps in the road that they've had with Amazon. How did they let the Tank versus Paul fight get away from Amazon and go to Netflix. I was wondering that, like, damn, how did they not? Because that's going to be on Netflix, and it's like if you're PBC, you would have thought, hey, we want this on Amazon, our platform, because we're trying to promote our stuff on Amazon, and that would have been a great way to really.
They probably ain't fucking with Amazon no more.
Well, I'd say that's
That probably was like a fight
close
deal,
to
like a
them.
one fight deal or some shit. That probably wasn't no consistent
Well, I
deal.
think it was only about a year. I'm not for sure. I don't think it was a multi-year deal. I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what I'm saying. So that's probably why.
Yeah. So, I mean, where they land next, honestly, I think there's not a lot of platforms out there anymore for PBC. They're kind of running their route through everybody. Maybe go back to Fox if Fox is willing to take you back on. I thought that was a pretty good platform
Man,
for
that
them.
was live. I love when they was on
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah, I liked it on Fox as well. Got a lot of good free fights and
Yeah.
some good fights on there. But so I don't know where PBC goes or what their train of thought is about delaying this. They must know that maybe it's not a big injury and they can put this back on in December because they just recently did the first face off with Pitbull and Roach to promote that fight for December 6th that they got coming up. Pitbull, Cruz, and Lamont Roach fighting at 140 for the. If I'm correct, does Pitbull have a belt at 150 or 140?
Hell no.
No, for some reason I thought he did.
Remember, Rios took his belt.
Who was it? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, he did. And then
Hey,
he
but
lost.
you know what? I can see why PBC left Fox because they fight on Saturday, and it was too much shit Fox was trying to do on Saturday, college football or either college basketball.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
And they
that's
got
probably
Fox had NASCAR too for a while.
NASCAR,
Yeah,
NASCAR,
they
yep,
had NASCAR going on the weekends, and
all that
NASCAR
shit, yeah,
on that shit was like
yep,
every
yep.
five
So,
hours the cars just zoom zoom.
mhm.
I mean, so not a lot of
You ever been to one of them?
yeah, down at Speedway. It's actually way better in person than it is on TV. It's pretty fucking awesome. Those cars going by, whoa, when they go by, dude, it's just like the fucking loudest sound you'll ever hear in your
Yeah.
head. Zoom, 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 and it looks like they're going a million miles an hour on that track when you're there in person.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Speedway down there in Kentucky. They put on. It wasn't a NASCAR event I went to at that time. They weren't their track wasn't big enough for
Yeah.
NASCAR. They actually had to add a half a mile to the track for it to be official for NASCAR races there. But they built the whole thing around NASCAR because Kentucky is one of the biggest NASCAR states in the country. And they're like, how the fuck do we not have a NASCAR race in Kentucky? Then they
Right.
built a speedway, they built it, and then found out NASCAR's like, man, you guys are about a half a mile short of, you know, being a regulatory, track for NASCAR.
Yeah.
They just recently added the track, I want to say about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. But yeah, it's been a
So,
while since I've been down there.
so do NASCAR got like a Pacific season they go in or do
Yeah.
they go all year round?
Well, I think everything starts with Daytona. I'm not like huge,
Daytona, yeah.
man, but I think everything starts with Daytona for, and
So
that's
that's
like their,
around like springtime.
yeah. And then if it's weird because I want to say it starts like yeah, it's mainly through the summer. Yeah, because all summer
I
that's
ain't
what.
heard, man. I
Yeah,
used to when I was younger and shit like that. We used to see NASCAR commercials and shit. I don't even see them promote that shit like they used to.
the man of the sport died, and Dale Earnhardt, man, when he
Oh,
crashed and
okay.
died, and like I want to say back in 2003 maybe it
Yeah.
just it dropped off. I mean, there's good racers. It's still a good sport, but the main guy, the guy that was holding everything that the people were attracted to was Dale
Yeah.
Earnhardt. He carried them through the late '80s and the early '90s, and he had that rivalry with Jeff Gordon through
Yeah.
the '90s that carried him up to the 2000s. But then once he had that wreck at Daytona and then died, it just
And
NASCAR
then
just
it's crazy because I never watched no NASCAR race in my life, but everybody know who Jeff Gordon was. Like you don't even know who the man is of NASCAR and shit like
yeah,
that. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
the promotion for that shit is like downhill, like from the early 2000s to like
Yeah.
I never
Absolutely.
watched it, but I knew who Jeff Gordon was. Like, oh, that's Jeff
Yeah.
Gordon. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you had Jimmy Johnson try to carry the torch. He won like 4 or 5 titles in a row,
Yeah,
uh, and but he just wasn't a big enough name and just didn't have the personality to really carry the sport. And I think that's where NASCAR really lacks. They don't have that personality to carry. Like Dale was that personality. He had that. They called him the Intimidator because he looked like he would kick your ass. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they asking questions. He was the guy. If you ask him something stupid, he would be like, are you fucking retarded? Like,
yeah,
he would call people out. He didn't really have a filter. He was like that, that backwoods hillbilly, that
yeah,
NASCAR loves. That's who Dale was. He was that dude that just, he had that redneckish to him. He had that country
yeah,
to him, like
yeah.
that. A lot of these guys are more preserved. Of course, you're in a world where you can't say what
Too
they
much,
in
too
the
much
80s,
nowadays.
90s. You can't really voice your opinion like they used to be able to do in the
Yeah,
80s and 90s and stuff like that. Now you got to walk around on everything you say. So, that
yeah,
does take away from guys who might be outspoken that now they're more, well, if I say something that others don't like, then they cancel me or they fuck my whole career up just because I
yeah,
say they disagree with or something.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that takes a lot away from a lot of the spontaneousness. That's why you don't have the Deion Sanders in sports, the Michael Irvins, and the
Yeah,
the Dennis Rodmans and shit like
yeah.
that. Those guys who didn't give a fuck what you thought. They were going to say what they wanted to say. They were open spoken people, and you don't. Sports has kind of gotten away from that.
Hey,
Every,
you ever watch It Is What It Is?
no, I don't think I have.
Man, you gotta watch. I think I keep telling you about that. It's the rappers you probably know who Mace is. Mace
Yeah,
used to be signed with
okay.
Bad Boy and Cameron.
Cameron, yeah, I know
Used
Cameron.
to be with Dipset. They got their own shit called It Is What It Is. It's so uncut. They got Michael Irvin on there. He a guest host. Then they got Maurice Correct be on there. They done
Okay,
had they probably started messing with Pac-Man. They was having Pac-Man on there, but he be like everywhere. Like he just be but you gotta catch them, bro. They so uncut and raw, bro. You gotta
yeah,
catch that, bro. You will stop if you listen to First Take. I don't even watch. I used to watch First Take and every. I don't even watch like different parts when they talk about people, like or this or that category. I don't even look First Take up no more. I do the whole hour. It is what it is. Like man, they keep it
okay.
real. Like it's uncut. Like they be talking
That's
like
why I think I've gravitated more towards podcasts because you can just, you have your own audience. You know
it
what I
ain't
mean?
even a podcast though. It's a sports show.
Really?
It's a
What's
sports show,
going
but
on?
it just come on YouTube. It is what it is.
Oh, okay. See,
Man, that
YouTube is
shit.
a nice little platform to be able for these guys to not have to
Yeah.
depend on
They
Fox.
they started off they started off on YouTube. Like he basically put his own money into it. Then he ended up getting a contract, like multi-million dollar contract, him and Mace. Like
Yeah.
then so now they I guess like they be on I don't know who paid or where they contract come on, but they shit come on. It's definitely come on YouTube. Like I listen to that shit every morning, bro. Like bro, you gotta, bro. They talk, bro. You will love that shit, bro.
Send it to
You'll
me.
fuck around and fuck with it.
So I don't forget it, and then I'll look
Yeah.
at YouTube before I post this up.
Monday through Friday. It is what it is, bro. That shit. Like
Yeah.
they just be talking about full. They done had I want to say they done had they done had Tiafimo on there. They done had they done had a few boxers on there. They done had a few boxers on there, bro. Like they done had um who just fought Tank. I can't think of his name right now. Goddamn. But they done had his pops on there. They be they don't talk about like they don't really talk about they talking football,
Yeah.
baseball, a little bit of baseball, a little bit, football and basketball, and they talking about the fuck shit, my bro. You will probably like it, bro.
Yeah, I'm
It's
at
raw
check
and
out.
uncut.
Like people that are real, just speak their opinions and you
Yeah,
know,
like that.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
say, you know what I'm saying, like
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to hear. Like that's why I watch Teddy Atlas a lot. He says what most people are afraid to say
Mhm.
is the reason he's no longer with ESPN and these other companies because, like you said, they were trying to tell him, well, you can't say that, and you got to
Right.
favor this guy, and you got to tell, even if you don't think this guy's that good, you got to make people think he's that good. And Teddy's like, no, if I don't think this guy is good, I'm going to tell the boxing world that this guy I don't think has what it takes to make it. I'm not going to lie there or say what you want me to say, you
Right.
know, and then try to, make people think sell a guy that's not sellable, and then
Yeah.
his
That's
word on it.
bullshit anyway.
Well, Teddy said this dude was going to be the next. What happened to that dude when he got knocked out? Shit like that.
Uh,
Teddy's real, so he just speaks what's on his mind, and he started his own thing on YouTube also, and it's blown up. His little podcast on, I think
I
it's the
like
fight.
I like Andre Ward shit too though.
Yeah, I listen to Andre Ward a lot. I just watched his thing with uh
The one analyst dude on there.
yeah, Mark, the one that's all he was on the Terrence Crawford one.
Yeah, I can't think of him.
I can't
That's the
think of
one.
Mark.
That's the one. AB asked, "Have you ever won one championship?"
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not a boxing guy at all. He never boxed in his life. He just pretty much was
Yeah,
a fighter and shit like that.
yeah,
Grew up in New York around the scene, but he didn't really get into boxing like he was saying on the Andre Ward thing. He didn't get into boxing until the late '80s when he picked up a book off his father's shelf about a guy wrote about boxing, and he was just going through all the greats in boxing and all this other shit. He said, "Man, that book got him addicted." And he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to be around the sport of boxing, and he had contracts for baseball and football and to do other analytics. And he just said, "I didn't. I wanted to do boxing. That's the sport that I gravitated to." And I
yeah,
get that. I mean, I didn't grow up in the ring, but I grew up with my grandfather showing me the ropes
yeah,
and stuff like that and
yeah,
teaching me things. But it made me love the sport of boxing.
yeah.
Uh,
Hell yeah. That's
you
my
know,
that's my second favorite sport, boxing. My
yeah,
first
boxing is my second. Basketball is my first. That's my first love. To be
football, my first
Yeah,
football.
I grew up on you couldn't get
Basketball, my third. Everybody be shocked, like, bro. Like, oh, I don't know, bro. Football. That's what I start. That's the first sport I ever played in my life. I
basketball.
love football.
The first one that I played outside of boxing. My grandpa, the minute we could walk, he was teaching us how to,
Yeah.
boxing techniques, and we were watching Mike Tyson and all the main papers.
Uh,
Like my grandma and them always paid for the Mike Tyson fights, and the family came over. But basketball was the first sport that the Jordan, the Bulls versus Lakers was the
uh-huh.
first basketball series I actually watched. Championship, and it made me a huge Bulls fan and a Jordan fan, and then I was just addicted to basketball, and I was out
Uh,
there every day from the time the sun came
that
up
shit
to
ain't the same though,
no,
man.
it's not, man. And I hear people saying I don't like. I love the
I'm about
talent.
to, bruh,
Like,
this how bad basketball gun got to me. Well, shout out to the Hoopers though, but I ain't gonna say it got bad, but this how much I don't watch it. I just look at highlights, bro. I don't
yeah,
even watch the championships.
yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
it's too, and now it's just like it's too fucking long. Like now, like, but that's basketball. I don't want to never take that away. But it's just like not even the season. I'm talking within the playoffs, like 7 games. Then you gotta go another seven, the best out of seven, then another best out of seven. When it's
well, they
football, it's
added the play-in games to it now. Now you got like four
wow,
play.
yes, yeah, like
You got an eliminator game, and then you
stretching
got
it out, and then they got the in season tournament,
yeah,
like.
the in-season
That
tournament
ain't
that
that
they
ain't
do.
too bad, but that's like no, bro. Like no, bro.
Yeah. Well, I guess with the
If y'all
in-season.
doing all that, add more teams, motherfuckers. Add more teams to the league. Then if y'all
Well,
gonna do that,
I agree with a lot of the league on just shortening the season. Take
that
20
too
games
though.
off, make it a
But it's
62
gonna be
game.
hard. It's gonna be hard to beat when they do stuff like that, like football, which is they made the season longer. I love football, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
could, I wish football ran to the summertime,
yeah.
but
Well, you could with the USL, the United Football League.
I can't watch that shit to save my life, bro.
I tried.
I
Like
don't know nothing that's going
something
on that
happened on in the
motherfucker.
background here and there, but I don't know not a single one of them motherfuckers. I'm like, you would think it would be like college guys that you were like, oh, I remember that dude
I
from
wouldn't
college.
mind going to play in that shit, but me just
Yeah,
But but what I was saying. like football, like far as like how they made the season longer, so now it's easier for people to break the records that was once there.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
So
in basketball, if they shorten the season, it's gonna be harder for them records to be broken. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's just like I don't know. I
yeah.
just like football, like it's records like.
Do you
But
think
then
this?
sometimes I hate football too because they'll set a motherfucker down like, man, let that man break that record, man. What is y'all doing? So some records ain't meant to be broke.
Yeah, the
Shit.
coach is like, set your ass down. You're like, what? He ain't gonna let him get 3
And
yards.
then when the
Yeah,
players be like, some records just not meant to be broke, man. You got
that,
me
that was
fucked up.
that was Barry Sanders. He did not want to break
Walter
uh
Payton.
Walter Payton's record. He made it, man. He's like, that's my hero. But it's like you said,
Man,
records.
sit your soft ass down then, man.
Walter Payton don't give
We
a shit
ain't
if
trying to hear that shit, that Barry Sanders shit, bitch. And you quit. You quit early.
he,
You robbed the NFL, man. You retired early, man. Like, nah.
well,
No.
I get he was one of the first athletes that said because back in his day, I felt like they had more of a stranglehold in the contracts. Now a guy can say, I want to be traded.
Fuck y'all, yeah.
I mean, fuck you. I'm going to set the fuck down. And you trade him. You take Micah Parsons, for example. You know what I mean? Who just got traded to Green Bay. He made it clear, well, you ain't going to give me what I want. I'm not going to. And he was under contract. You know what I mean? Barry's day, Barry said, nah, I want to be traded. Detroit said, well, fuck you. We own the rights to you. So we're never
Yeah.
going to trade you. So you either retire or you play for us. And if you don't play for, even if you retire and come out of retirement, we
You
still own
still gotta play for us. Yeah.
play for us.
Yeah.
So he was in a more of a stranglehold at that time. And that might have opened a lot of eyes to
That's why
like,
I respect LeBron though. Like, not I fuck with LeBron. My favorite player. My favorite player. The best ever to me is Jordan. My favorite player
yeah,
though. It was Jordan when I was young, but my favorite player of all time is AI. Like
okay.
AI. That's who I used to base my game on. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, that crossover was the most vicious thing I think we ever
uh-huh.
come across. Every kid was out there trying to do that crossover. I know,
I was a bad motherfucker with it.
bro.
Real talk.
I saw that. I started doing I had my own behind the back, cross it over that,
Yeah.
leave the fuckers over there, and I was over here.
And what's so crazy, motherfuckers was doing crossovers before Iverson, but it was just like his was the
It was
deal.
like shit. Like he had that
Yeah.
fucking just his speed, man. Like he'd be in front of you and then
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
That first step.
Yeah, that first step, man. And
But
that's what I love about basketball, man. I had that first step myself where I go
yeah.
right and just
Yeah.
stop on a dime, pull up, shoot in
Yeah.
their eye, drive inside. Like, yeah, basketball was my shit, bro. If I got
Yeah.
back, even now, like I'm teaching my little girl how to play. She wants to sign up for basketball. So,
Oh
we go outside and we practice a little bit on her dribbling. I'm making
yeah.
her with her left to me and back 5 times, and then dribble with
Yeah.
her right up and down 5 times so
Uh,
she can learn how to dribble. Use both her hands, like I told her. And she came home the other day and she said, "Ethan, at my school's really good at basketball." He said, "You want to know what I did to him, Dad?" And she started dribbling. She crossed over, like, and he was over
yeah.
here, and I went that way. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my girl." And she was like, "He's really good at basketball." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Don't get that."
Hey, but yeah, that's like I was saying, that's why I respect Iverson though, because like he changed the game where people ain't had to feel like they was had to play for this team. Like, I gotta stay with y'all. Cause that was the mentality of sports, period. Like, I gotta stay there. And LeBron like was like, hell nah, I ain't about to stay and give y'all all these years. Y'all making this money off of me, but y'all not giving me the like this ain't and
Well,
everybody be like,
how many people
Jordan
got?
did it. Jordan did it. Magic, bro. Them motherfuckers came in with motherfucking like Magic went to a set team already. Jordan, they had niggas. If Jordan, they had to build that shit around Jordan. Like
Yeah,
Jordan, they act like a motherfucker. That's why when they be like LeBron went to go hoop with Wade. I mean, hey,
and
so
also
like it wasn't no guarantee that they was gonna win. Like, and then they wasn't even the first one to do it.
no, it
Ray
back to
Allen, Paul Pierce, and Garnett did it.
no, it goes all the way back to the fucking Lakers in the early '70s. Jerry West, Chamberlain, and fucking Baylor all teamed up together to win a fucking championship.
Oh, they
Like,
teamed up together?
I don't even think about that. And then you look at the Celtics. The Celtics had 5 Hall of Fame players on that fucking team. The Lakers in the 80s had 5 Hall of Fame players
I'm
on their
saying, but did the Lakers draft them though? That's
no,
what people be trying to say.
they drafted West. He played pretty much, I think, his whole career with the Lakers, and then Chamberlain signed later on towards the end of
Oh,
his
you saying
career.
Chamberlain? I'm thinking about Kareem and them. I'm
Yeah,
tripping. Yeah,
Chamberlain
yeah.
signed on later with West, and then Baylor. I think the Lakers did draft Baylor, but they brought in Chamberlain, teamed all these guys up, and finally won Jerry West's only title out of the
Yeah.
9 the 9 times he won. He only won 1 title, but it wasn't until they brought in Chamberlain and made that big 3 pretty much. So people don't look at history; they just automatically just hate somebody, and then well, look what he gonna change the
Yeah.
team. He's doing whatever he
And,
wants
and
to do
then
career. Like you can't be
they be
mad
trying to
at
say LeBron did it, which I ain't tripping. I mean, I ain't never, I fucked it with KD, but I never really been a KD fan. He a bad motherfucker. But I heard out KD on mouth that he would never do what LeBron did. You did. I
did it.
don't, it's all the same, but you did worse, bruh. You went to the team that knocked you out from
Yeah.
the championship and went to go. Everybody already knew, bruh. Oh, they get him. They gonna beat LeBron. They built that team to beat LeBron,
Well,
bro.
you know what happened, don't you? Why they signed KD? Jerry West, of all people, was their GM at Golden
Yeah,
State.
nah, Jerry West a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was their GM. And when they blew that 3-0 series, that 3-0, 3-1 series lead against LeBron, and they came back and
yeah.
Cleveland beat them for that title, Jerry West said, we can't beat LeBron James unless we sign like KD. We can't beat LeBron.
Yeah,
He knew it.
uh,
So they knew they had to go get KD to add to that. You know what I'm saying? And if
yeah.
you think about it, a lot of people, and I'm going to put something out there in the air, the fucking Golden State Warriors are some slimy motherfuckers, dude. They went and invited Kyrie Irving that summer, the summer after he decided he wanted to leave Cleveland. He went to not Curry, but Klay Thompson's wedding, right? And you tell me at this wedding they weren't in his motherfucking ear that you don't need LeBron. You don't need LeBron. You're your own superstar. You don't need LeBron. You should get away from that
Yeah.
squad. And then all of a sudden, after that, the summer ends, comes to the new season, and he's like, I don't want to play in Cleveland. I want to go somewhere and prove I'm a champion. Like that didn't just come out of nowhere because they was winning. You know what I mean? Like, what would have been your reason? You can win titles with LeBron. Like, why would you all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm my own
And
superstar? Like,
LeBron still went when you left, motherfucker.
yeah, and still went and won, and then you went to the Celtics and didn't win. You know what I mean? And then you went to the Nets and you didn't win. KD, man, the one thing I'll say about KD, as amazing as he is a basketball player, maybe top 10, top 15 all time, he's not a leader. He's never been a leader as far as being it like LeBron is. LeBron may get criticized for going here and there, but he's a leader on every fucking team he's on. And
Everywhere he went, he got a ring.
yeah,
He
exactly.
he made something out of everywhere he went.
Yeah.
KD ain't
He
made
didn't
shit
go to
out
the
of.
Lakers and
He
not
only
win.
made something out of Golden State.
Yeah,
KD,
yeah.
you done been in Brooklyn, you done been in Phoenix, now you on the Rockets.
And he had
Like
a good
you
roster.
better win.
Good roster in New Jersey with the Nets. He had rosters, and he had. I mean, if you
Yeah.
think about the team he came up with, the Thunder. You had Westbrook. You had Ibaka, and you had old boy Harden, all at the same time on the same team. You remember they lost that title against LeBron and the Heat. They had a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
squad.
Yeah.
Harden, you
I think
know,
that's the last real like championship I watched, bro.
yeah.
No. The last real championship I watched was when LeBron and them came back 3-1.
hmm Golden State.
That was the last real deal like championship I said. I done, bro. And COVID fucked up college. Like Cause I'm like, damn, where the niggas that was supposed to get drafted during COVID season? Like, I don't even know none of them college players,
No.
nothing like.
Yeah.
So I really just be watching highlights, bro, and keeping up. Watch like I follow like Sports Center next or some shit like that. It be showing like the top kids and all that. I'll be watching that shit, bro. I don't really watch the game no more, bro. It's like
Yeah.
it
Well,
ain't the same, bro. And
nah.
and you know why else it ain't the same? Because they got all these apps. Like you don't even get a game on regular TV. Like we used to
Oh,
get
it's
games
so
on.
spread the
We
fuck
used to
out.
see Jordan every. We used to see like I
Yeah.
used to watch Jordan every night, man.
Yeah. Now you got to subscribe to Apple TV. You got to subscribe to Paramount. You got to subscribe to ESPN app. Like, motherfucker, I'm not trying to pay $100 a month just to
Right,
watch NBA basketball. Like, y'all got me fucked up. Like,
right.
the only games I really catch is like what's on ESPN. Does TNT still do the games? I thought for a minute that they were going
No,
to.
that this they last year. I think. I
Okay,
think
so
this they
yeah,
last year.
we're at the end of that. So where's it go
And then
after?
they about to go to like Netflix or Amazon or some shit like that
Really?
somewhere.
Well, Netflix. Remember last year? I think they did Christmas Day games for the NBA on Netflix. If I'm right, that was
Yeah.
either NBA or NFL did games on. And I think it was the NFL because remember the NBA was like we own Christmas Day, and the NFL was like, no, you don't, motherfucker. We're gonna have some games on Netflix. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so that blew. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love the NBA, but now, like you said, it's not the same. These games are 140 to 119, and they're scoring 135 points on the average. Some teams are, and it's just like, where's the fucking defense? Like that was the only thing I think separated the 90s from today's game. 80s and 90s was defense was a big part of the game. Even if these guys
Yeah.
weren't as athletic as these guys are now, they had more, I feel like, on court IQ and defensive IQ, and they
That's why I
understood.
kind of like college though, because college play defense,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they don't got too much space on their floor where you just doing all that shit. Like you
yeah,
really gotta you gotta really like damn near earn your shot in college. Like you
yeah.
gotta earn that shit.
Set up
Like
offensive.
now in the NBA, you could it be so fucking open and like
Yeah.
damn, it's too much space.
Well, that and guys shooting from half court, and you know what I mean. Like, how the fuck do you guard that?
Yes.
I run down court.
Yeah,
Just
it's spread. It's
carry you
spread.
away.
It's
Like,
spread is too.
you can't
It's
guard
spread is
that.
too much in the
Yeah,
NBA. Like
yeah. Like you can't. That's
that
why the
shit.
guard
Steph.
is just
That
pulling up.
shit. Steph Curry do is fucking like what the fuck, bro? Like
Yeah.
how is you shooting this fucking good, bro? Like
Oh,
how you
honestly,
shoot?
like I watched highlights of Golden State, and he's been doing the same shit his whole career. It shows you the IQ level of these guys. If you watch film, then you would know how to guard Steph Curry.
Man,
You
that
know,
motherfucker hard to guard, bro. I ain't gonna lie to
he's
you.
a legitimate
He
guard.
got a crossover. He
He's
got
gonna
a
do this
crossover.
and that. He gonna make you think he going here and there. Back in my day when a dude was like that, the dude was like, you just kind of kept your hand distance. You didn't jump around and follow him around the court. That's how you got lost if he went left or right. Keep your feet spread and call it the shuffle. The fuck happened to the shuffle, bro?
Man,
Whole
that
life out.
shit. That shit.
You
That
know what I
shit
mean?
sound easy just guarding a motherfucker like that.
Yeah,
He hard to guard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucker,
I get it because
that
I
shit
seen the years
sound
in the
because
league.
he a cookie. He'll cross your ass too. People be underrating this crew, man. Listen,
Yeah,
I done
he's got
seen
the
him
first
cross
step.
the fuck out of some motherfuckers,
Yeah,
bro.
and then pull up. His ability to shoot definitely makes him dangerous.
That
But
motherfucker accuracy on the rim
think
is
about
crazy.
guarding a guy like this, you're gonna get lost. Like that's horrible defense. Like the simple spread and shuffle, side to side, hand in the fucking face. If they're fast, you keep that arm distance. You know what I mean? Keep that hand in their face when they're shooting. I mean, just basic defense they don't do in the fucking
You
NBA
could
to
put,
try to.
hey, listen, you could put everybody on your team hands in his face. He's still gonna make that
I've
motherfucker.
seen it. Yeah, you're right. I've seen it a hand like this, and he still buckets.
Hey,
You
you
know what
know
I mean?
who else though? The
Like, man,
Joker though. I be so weak at him. Like, how's y'all letting this big motherfucker? He
yeah. What about Luca? Luka looked like he
Nah,
moved.
Luka a bad motherfucker.
He
Luka
bad.
a bad motherfucker.
He doesn't look like he moves that fast.
He's
And you
slow than a motherfucker though. He's
he's
slow. He's slow as hell, but that's crazy how slow he is, but he a bad
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. Hey, what about Cooper Flag? I've been watching a little bit of him. That boy,
Ooh, I seen some highlights.
yeah, yeah, he's stepping right
Hey,
in.
Dallas, if Dallas might be a reckon with if AD can stay healthy. AD, Kyrie, and Cooper.
Kyrie back in there, yeah. Like I was liking that. I was like, damn, that Dallas guy, that GM took a lot of shit on that trade. But I think
Yeah.
he took a big chance though, because I don't think he thought they was gonna get the first pick overall. There
Man,
ain't
that
no way.
shit rigged, man.
That's what
That
I'm
shit rigged, bro.
saying
It's-
because
The
they're
worst team should get the draft to pick,
exactly it
bro.
shouldn't be a lottery. This team has fucking 20 wins. They obviously need the first fucking pick. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, right.
I would agree that it's rigged because look how many years Cleveland got the number one pick. The year that LeBron went to Miami, they landed the number one pick, got Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all like to me, it's kind of I agree, it's probably set up a lot of setup because Dallas didn't have that bad of a season to where they should have been in the lottery pick, in my opinion.
Number
And they
one.
running, you know what I mean, to get the number one pick overall.
The Spurs should have got that for real.
Yeah, the Spurs would man, you add that with Wemby. Ooh, like he looks man, he's looked like he put on some weight this year. He's gonna come along, bro. Like he's gonna eventually get to that point where it's gonna be his league. I think it's only a matter of time. But there's so much good talent. I mean, Zion
It's
dropped man.
gonna be hard to stop that motherfucker, boy. He just like
Move like a
like bruh, motherfuckers used to create their players on NBA Live like that. Like you would have.
he was a shooting guard, 7'1", like just cross motherfuckers over. You know what I'm saying? Like all day, and you have your name on the dude and everything. Like 7'2" shooting guard. You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy, but it's a fact. Like that's Wimby. He's just one of them like motherfuckers. Like how the fuck he played like a guard, but he's a center. Like times have though, man. Times have changed in basketball for sure. Not like we said, man. There's a good fight schedule this weekend. We got off track a little bit, but hey, man, that's the show. Sometimes when you don't have a lot of boxing to talk about, we're gonna go on to other stuff. Fill in the show a little bit for you guys. Like we said, boxing is starting to pick up. Starting this week really with the Boots Ennis fight. You got the Dave Allen fight going on. Why is it not bringing up my boxing schedule on here? But you also got the good little heavyweight fight going on this week. Shit, did I freeze up on your side, Spade?
A little bit. You glitching a little bit.
Yeah, my damn computer froze up for some reason.
You good though? I can still hear you.
All right, trying to figure this out. Why the fucking won't let me come back? Okay, it's not bringing up the menu, but of course we got Jerome Boots Ennis going up against Usama Lima this weekend in Philadelphia, Boots' hometown. This is Boots' first fight at 154. He wanted to kind of take on what you call that a step up fight, which I can't blame him for wanting to do that. No fault in it, but at the same time, I feel like Boots is on a championship level that he shouldn't be taking warm up fights at the same time. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that. What's your thoughts on this fight that we're going to see tomorrow with Boots going up to 154 in his first attempt at 154 to make
I
a
ain't watching that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, how many motherfucking dub fights you gonna have, my boy? Like, I'm sick
yeah.
of you. Like, that's our only motherfucker you like fought was dude for the belt. Like, I can't name a motherfucker you fought. Like,
Yeah, to fight a
I
dude
can't
named
name.
King twice. Man. For me, I'm right with you on that pretty much, man. I'm not,
Hopefully, oh
overly
my bad.
fight in boxing. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like you call yourself a champion, man. And that's one thing. If you're at that level that Boots is at, tune-up fight shouldn't even be a thing. You haven't been out of the ring long enough for a tune-up fight. You just fought at 147 not even a year ago, and
All
you
right.
know, just come up to 154. If you're gonna move up, do what Terrence Crawford did. Take on the a champ at that level with Madrimov. He didn't go for a tune-up fight at 154 from 147. He took on the best guy he could possibly fight at 154. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe Crawford has set that standard. And of course, we know Crawford is different than the rest of these guys, and we're still kind
Right,
of
right.
coming off that Crawford high of that fight with Canelo. That's still the talk right now going on. But I guess he sets a level of standards really, and I would expect that Boots should have came up and fought Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, at 154. If you really want to challenge yourself, that's just like Devin Haney. He's not going up to 147 to fight just anybody, right? He's going up to 147. He's fighting Brian Norman. So
Right,
he didn't he
right,
didn't he
right,
didn't need a fight at 147. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
He just went, hey,
right.
give me the chance.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about
I'm
that.
not the biggest Haney fan, but at the same, he's not going after just anybody. And then
Nah,
you
but
take
Haney did fight a bullshit ass fight, but it was at one name at like
we didn't
142. That
really
was like at a
expect,
chance fight.
yeah. And they were what was it? Like it was
Ramirez.
145 or something like that. They fought at. But you also take Stevens, who's talking about moving to 140, and he wants to take on Teofimo Lopez. He doesn't want a warm up fight for 140. He wants Teo, the champ, at 140. You
Yeah,
take
what the fuck is a warm up fight when you've been doing this shit your whole life, man?
Lamont Rhodes isn't taking a warm up fight to go to 140. He's basically coming from 140 to 140 and he's fighting fucking Pitbull Cruz. So
Hey, and not only that, like, what? Damn, I forget. That's why I respected Earl Spence. He never took a warm up fight, bro.
yeah,
No
yeah,
matter how long he was out, bro.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
when you've been in this long, warm up fights don't exist.
I was like, he patting his record or something. He
Yeah, yeah.
patting his record, like,
Well, for
it's,
me, I don't think it's a good thing on his part just because his name isn't out there like that. He wants that Crawford name. He wants that Crawford recognition. He wants to be the next guy in the sport of boxing. But he's not building his name because he's not fighting the best talent. He's not fighting the best guys. If you go up from 147 to 154 and you fight a guy like Virgil Ortiz, you're gonna put your fucking name out there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because people know Virgil Ortiz, and then you make that fight. That's a mega fight, and
He
then
could have
people
fought Keith. He could have fought Keith Thurman. He could have fought. He could have fought somebody, bro.
he could have fought Madrimov. Any of these other guys to really
Yeah, he
give it.
could have fought Madrimov.
In my opinion, you want to compare yourself to Boots.
That's probably gonna be his second. That's probably gonna be his next fight at 154,
Yeah,
bro.
I
I
go
won't
out.
put it past him, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
No,
lie to you, bro.
and he's for me that 154 though. Virgil talked about Virgil Ortiz said he may end up moving up to middleweight at some point because the fact is that he can't get that title. He's not getting the title shot that he wants at one. He should already had a title. I mean, I agree. Also, Virgil Ortiz and Fundora should have been the next fight. How is Keith Thurman
Yeah.
getting a title shot and he's been inactive for he's had one fight in 3 or 4 years. Virgil Ortiz
I
has been
mean,
an
you know that they
fight.
they they promotion got the belt, so in
See,
house make it better when
that's what's wrong with boxing,
in house
though.
make it better. In house make it better when the money involved though, because you can
It
cut
does
out.
because
You ain't
you get
gotta.
to keep
You
all the
ain't
money.
gotta go through all that bullshit.
You get to keep all the money, but man, that is bad for boxing. Because should Keith Thurman, a guy who's not been active, get a title shot? I don't think he should. I'm sorry. Uh,
I
his
mean,
against Joey Spence.
no, but
I mean,
no, he
like,
shouldn't. But I can see what they doing because him and Tim Zoo was supposed to fight, which Tim Zoo just lost to him twice. So him and Tim Zoo ain't never make it. So it's like, all right, we gonna see if you can beat Keith Thurman. Once you beat Keith Thurman, his name probably get a little bit more buzz. Like, but it's like you said, like who has Keith? I love it for Keith Thurman because it's just I don't like Keith Thurman as a no. I'm not gonna say I don't like him. He's not one of my fighters that like
yeah, yeah. Like I'm not a
I,
huge yeah, yeah,
I'm with, but I love the opportunity for Keith Thurman though. Like just because that's Keith Thurman and he's still part of that era with Earl Spence and because that era getting short now. Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That era is damn near running out. Like him, Danny Garcia, he watched though. We seen him get stopped by Lord. Uh, and Terrence Crawford is the last ones in it, and then probably the Charlo brothers. They kind of in that era, kind of a little bit, but they ain't been fighting so.
God, they're just so inactive, man. They had. I feel like that the potential for the Charlo brothers was really, really fucking there about 3 years ago, man. Those guys were holding. The one Charlo brother was the best in that 154 division. So like,
Yeah,
and then here's another
yeah,
thing. 154. We talk about how great that division is, but yet nobody is fighting another guy with a title. I mean, Fedora's going and fighting Cordell,
yeah.
motherfucker. Like, who's making these fights, bro? Who's making? You got a chance. If I'm in like Fundora, like, oh well, I just do what they tell me. That's the worst fucking fighter you can have. You know what I mean? As a guy who just fights who they tell me to fight. Nah, fuck that.
They
I
wasn't
want.
do, and what's so crazy? They wasn't doing AB like that. They wasn't doing Adrian Bronner like that. They was
Yeah,
moving him fast. He was
yeah.
jumping up weight classes, fighting the best motherfuckers and shit like that. That's how you gotta respect. Put that name on respect on AB. He was jumping up weight classes, fighting the best fighters at the time, like the top guys. Like he ain't slow. AB ain't really slow walking into his career, bro.
No,
Like if
no.
you really pay
He came in
at
and kind of
all.
pow on the scene, and you heard it.
You
Broner.
it's shit.
He had Floyd too, helped him a lot with that because Floyd kind of gave him the
Yeah,
keys. Like, here's
yeah,
HBO. This is yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
going to Showtime. HBO is now yours, and gave him the keys to the
yeah.
mansion. You know what I'm saying? And really let his career pop off. But yeah, I mean, I'm just confused why the 154. None of these guys with titles are fighting each other. Everybody's going to go and fighting somebody they shouldn't be fighting. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck he fighting this dude for? Like, you got to get these guys to start fighting for the
Yeah,
titles.
that shit is getting lame. That shit
It
is
is
getting
because
like
the weight
outrageous, bro.
like the 135 division, we saw a whole division just fucking wash because
And,
nobody
they,
was
and then it's like Kid Austin, like, come on, bro. You just
right.
had a nice
Yeah,
you
Dojo.
and what if he really give you a dog fight though, where you know what I'm saying? After you just came out for a spectacular win. Like, what if he now it's a question he put them questions back out there on you? Then what?
But then you see a guy like Andy Cruz
Where
going
the
after.
fuck he at? Oh, is he fighting Boost Card?
I don't. Is he on the boots? I didn't see him on that card. The boots card is kind of weak, bro. To be honest with you,
Or is
what
he
what?
fighting on that? Or is he fighting on that card? Is he fighting on that card with David Benavidez? No, he ain't fighting on that card either. Is
He's. I'm pretty sure he's not on this boots card either. As far as I know, he's his next fight. He don't have a fight. What I heard is that the WBC or IBF, maybe it was the IBF, ordered him to fight Mortala, or Mortala to fight him, a mandatory fight between him and Mortala, which is a great fight. You know what I mean? And that's where I see Kid Austin should have went a different route as far as, okay, you showed us something against dude, Tevin Farmer. All right, let's move up to the next level and really see where you're at. Instead, you move backwards with a guy who's lost 6 of his last 8 fights. 6 of his last 8 fights. How am I supposed to be
but
impressed with a fucking fight? Like,
and it was so crazy because they've been talking about him fighting each other before all that shit with Shakur and shit. They was
mhm.
already talking about getting a fight. Like they damn near like friends for real. If people don't know, like they
Joe,
close. So they was already talking about that. But now like he done lost and then you just beat Tevin Former. Like it wasn't no reason for you to take that fight now. Now before that,
backwards
you could have fought Jojo Diaz before Tevin Former and then fought Tevin Former next. That would have made a little bit more sense.
would have
You
made
get
more
what I'm
sense.
saying?
Then go after a guy like Mortala or Andy fucking Cruz. The next step up for you has to be one of the main contenders at 135, even a fucking Zapata. You know what I'm saying? Like, test yourself against
Yeah,
who
that
Shakur.
I would
Yeah,
have loved to see him fight Zapata.
that Shakur fight. If you fight Zapata and you beat Zapata in a an impressive fashion, then people are going to call for the
Love
Shakur first Kid Austin fight.
Shakur can't keep running from you. He can't get it. I ain't gonna say he can't.
Exactly.
He ain't running from you,
We're gonna
but
demand that.
the people gonna want to see it. It'll come to you easier, a little more easier than because Shakur ain't going for that shit. Shakur ain't letting you call him out, and he ain't giving you no
You
smoke.
ain't got
But if you do
what's
some
your
fuck
resume?
nigga shit,
Who's on your resume? Tevin Farmer, and you think I want to fight you? Like then you got JoJo Diaz next. Oh man, I'm impressed with that resume. Like you know what I'm saying? Like nah,
yeah, he was supposed to try to get somebody like okay, yeah, all right, bro.
yeah.
You got JoJo Diaz, like, come on.
And I respect JoJo Warrior in the ring, but like I said, he has lost 6 of his last 8 fights. Your career is done, my guy. You're not even a gatekeeper at this point. You're just a guy who
Yeah,
keeps getting.
that's for like Shakur little cousin. Like
Yes, yeah,
that
yeah,
fight for him. They
yeah.
ain't in the same weight class, but I'm just saying like that fight for him or something.
Yeah.
That shit, Abdullah Mason ain't even about to fight. Abdullah Mason won't even fight him.
No, exactly. And Abdullah's got a fight coming
Right.
up.
And you talking all this shit about Abdullah, Shakur, Tank, and you fighting a fucking JoJo Diaz, bro.
Yeah,
We would
and
rather you go find somebody with a better record that was undefeated and we
yeah,
ain't know and fight him instead of JoJo Diaz. Like, come on, bro.
trying to think of some other guys at 135. You know,
Like you just took a
Bernard
step back with your career,
Bernard
man.
at
Like you
135.
said, Jeff,
Yeah,
he literally took a step backwards, bro.
he
Like you
did.
was
I
supposed to
agree.
off of that Tevin Foreman shit, you was supposed to come even harder. Like, okay, now I'm about to get him or such and such. You should have been calling out. You should have been calling out. What the fuck is his name that just fought Tank, man? Lamont Roach. You should have been
Monroe.
calling out
Exactly.
Lamont
Why did
Roach.
none of these boys at 135 call Lamont Roach out? None of them did. None of them like that. Now that you talk about that, how was 135 not saying, I want Roach? Okay, Tank don't want Roach. I want Roach. Give me Roach. Especially Kid Austin. Like, you really.
Now somebody did call him out, but Camille Moulton, Floyd said something about it, but he like, man, and I ain't about gonna make no money fighting him. Like,
What's your true thoughts on Mo? Do you think he has the talent to be a competitive guy? Because he doesn't seem to get a lot of. He's not fighting a lot.
it's a new era. It's a new era now. So we got to see the era that's coming in, like the competition of what's gonna be him, because he might not never fight like a Shakur. Like we don't know. He might,
Yeah,
depending on how long Shakur be
yeah,
around. But
yeah.
he gonna fight like he gonna fight like a Dula Mason or. And I hope Abdullah Mason probably could fight. Abdullah Mason probably could fight Shakur. But it's like I'm telling you, I don't know. Shakur, I don't know if he trying to knock off his era, like the people he came with and was popping when he was going, or he trying to I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well,
I just
Shakur,
don't
I
know.
think the
Like I
bigger.
told you, like I ain't saying he running from a doula, but a
Well,
doula different,
maybe
man.
like for him, maybe he sees it like you know what I mean, like the bigger money fights are guys like Teo, guys like Devin,
Yeah, he
guys
trying to.
like
Yeah, let me say that. Like he trying to go after that money fight. Like why
yeah, I could
doula
make
building himself, but
yeah, and then once Abdullah gets when I'm a champion, Abdullah gets to be a champion, then we can make that fight happen. I think Abdullah, man, I
yeah,
just can't. I don't want to rush Abdullah, but I want to rush Abdullah, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
well,
like, man, I
I don't
see.
think you. I don't think you can rush him how many times a year he was rushing this. I ain't gonna not in a bad way. He was
Yeah,
rushing his own career. Like he wanted them. He wanted that top spot, and he earned it by how cause he's sitting down right now. We ain't been talking about Abdullah because he's sitting down. But he
yeah.
was so active. We was talking about him so fucking much, bro.
I
Like
mean, it was
so
what
now. I
this
think
year?
it's gonna be a little slower now for him because he's gonna be a champ. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be all you know how
Well,
that shit go. But like what I was saying, what I was trying to get to, like, so it's just like I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I don't know, bro. For Camille Morton, I really ain't seen enough of him. Like
that's my problem too. Is that's the problem I got with Floyd as
it's
a
like
promoter.
his shit done slow down. Like his shit done slow
He,
down too.
he handicaps his guys by not like he's supposed to like here's a guy that was
You
all
gotta
about.
get hit the Scooter. You gotta get hit the Scooter Davis too.
I've heard of Scooter
He just
Davis,
signed with
and
yeah,
I'm
he
pretty
just signed with Top
sure.
Rank
Okay,
out of
yeah, yeah,
DC.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
saw
he
that.
just got signed with Top Rank. He just signed with Top Rank.
But you signed with Top Rank. Another question: where is Top Rank going? Where are they
I
going?
don't
What's
know.
the platform? What's the next move for them? You know what I mean? Because
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
TKO, the Zuffa, whatever the fuck they call that new Dana White league, is going to move into that ESPN spot because he already has a contract with ESPN with UFC, right? So that would be the quickest, easiest move for him to make is to, okay, get ESPN to because he already got. Well, I know he got Paramount to sign on with Zuffa, TKO, whatever the fuck they call it. They signed on, but I feel like he can also get a slot in ESPN and get some of that shit too. But he's trying to start a league, and I just don't think it's going to be what he's not going to get any big time fighters, in my opinion, to come over to his league, man. One, he ain't going to pay him enough. Dana White's all about making his pockets fat and then giving you a couple pennies for going out there and risking your fucking life, and he ain't stepping a goddamn foot in the ring. You know what I mean? He ain't risking shit. Just you know what I mean, promoting you is always doing. But
Yeah, we just talking
I'm trying
about
to
him
figure out.
last show. I don't even want to keep talking about this as our top ranker. Where they gonna go? We
I
don't
just,
know till we know.
I just,
We
for
need to
me,
be we need to be getting these boxers these fights. We need to be keeping this boxing relevant. We need to be working on a new era. We need to quit trying to protect the fighters but save fighters. We need to if you lose, you lose. Don't you can't criticize nobody off losses. Like
yeah,
it's a whole lot of shit in boxing we need to change. Like
yeah.
a
Well,
loss and all this shit. Like this shit just like but that's good for set a bar because boxing wouldn't be what it is right now if he ain't set that bar. You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true,
Of
absolutely.
people trying to be undefeated, but you gotta still be in his time, he fought everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you still gotta fight the motherfuckers. Like, it's just too much girl shit in boxing though. Like it's just too much. Oh, like either and once you got that loss, bro, you should be willing to go to war with any motherfucking body.
Exactly.
Once that
What's
zero
the
turn
next?
into one to
Yeah,
a loss, you should be willing to. I mean, I feel that's when every motherfuckers really be wanting to fight anybody, but I can't say that because Tio Fimo ain't showing he ain't making that a showcase like and I feel like he know if he lose damn near one more fight, not just off of his talent he done. But just they like damn near ready. He a hard motherfucker to deal with. It seemed like to get in the ring to fight and
and
like
that does seem to be an issue with him.
I
Like,
used
who is
to
he
fuck with
fighting?
man. I literally used to fuck with To man. I used to say man he gonna beat Lomachenko because I just used to feel like they was trying to put him on a pedestal and he wasn't even like bro dude only got this many fights. I used to be like man he gonna oh they if they fight he gonna beat him. He end up beating him too. I ain't watched the fight or nothing, but he end up beating Loma though.
Mhm. And
But after that, he started
so
getting cornier. So T.O. started getting corny. Ryan Garcia started getting corny.
yeah,
Like these boys be getting corny, man.
they started being what they're not. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
started being
Devin Haney started getting corny to me. Like he started getting corny as fuck. Like it just
well,
that
they
shit
let
just.
that shit go to their head too. You know what I mean? Then they take an L and it makes them step back and you
Only
know,
motherfuckers I feel like stay the same is Tank and Shakur. Like real talk. Like I don't really see no change in Tank. Like far as like I just seen like he ain't in love with the sport, but I ain't really see no change. I ain't seen no. I definitely ain't seen no change in Shakur. He still got love for the sport. He still want the sport to be great. Like
that's
you
my
got motherfuckers that they don't want the sport to be great. Like, but there's motherfuckers out there, bro. Like, it's motherfuckers out there to be fighting to fight, bro. You got Richard Hitchison. You got you got motherfucking
for BC.
uh
You got a lot of dudes out there that's
man,
like
it's a lot of shit. If you want to test yourself, move up. Now shit. Terrence he done set a bar too. Like, man, all that big shit, man, move up, fight, man. If you
Yeah,
can't get a fight here, go get this fight here, man.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let like y'all boys be purple. Like, I can't, man. Listen, bro, y'all, some of y'all shrinking y'all body. Like Devin Haney, I can't believe he was shrinking his motherfucking body all the way down to 135. Like, so it's
What?
like,
Yeah. Fight at your
but he
weight and
was young.
fight.
He was a little younger, so he was probably able to do that too, huh?
Yeah, but it's like these guys just need to fight at their weight, fight the best talent that they can fight for titles, man. Because at the end of the day, when you get those belts, that's what's going to get you the recognition. Everybody wants the recognition without putting the work in. They want everybody to praise them without putting the work in. You know what I'm saying? As far as like going out and fighting the best and proving you're the best by taking on the best talents, is everybody just wants to, boots innocent and go fight a guy and do another warm up fight and wants people to respect him. Like, oh man, I'm one of the best in the sport. Well, then show us. Fight Ortiz. Fight Majimov. Fight a guy that's the top at 154. You're fighting a guy we haven't heard of, and we're calling it a tune-up fight. That's dangerous. Number one, because this dude might surprise us. We don't know shit about him, right? This
Yeah,
dude might come out and surprise you.
You just had to fight Emma Caesar twice, didn't you? What's his name?
Who was it?
What was the last motherfucker he fought? He had to
Oh,
fight twice.
that fucking Karen dude. He's actually on the card. He's not on this card, but he fights this weekend too. Uh, Karen Chakakadazan. I don't know what the fuck his last name is. Chukhadzhin. I can't pronounce that shit. But he's fighting Saturday on the zone. I don't know what card he's on, but he's over in a foreign country. But he is on this weekend also. But yeah, you also got the Dave Allen versus Makadava fight, which is a good heavyweight fight in my opinion. Got Josh Padley on the undercard on that, which is a pretty good fighter. I like Josh Padley a lot. Not a big weekend. We do got a fight going on right now. Deontay Brown versus Jamarty Machaka. That fight's going on the zone. Should be on now, actually, as we speak. Uh, but you also got, not a lot going on. We're waiting for the sport to warm up. We're gonna get there, guys. I think. Well, we thought we were gonna get there. Now we're kind of gonna be laid back a little bit because the next big fight would have been, the October 25th bout with Fundora and them. That kind of sets off, but you still got Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley on October 25th. I mean, I like Joseph Parker a lot. I like Wardley a lot. That should be a pretty good fight. You got Fraser Clark on the 25th against Jaime TKV Taskavakia. I don't know who that guy is, but that should be a pretty good fight. And of course, we can't forget Danny Garcia on October 18th going up against Daniel Gonzalez. That's got Chris Colbert on that card. I like it to see what he's doing. You got Gabriel Rosado on there. He's always he always comes and performs pretty well. Dominic Crowder is also against Fernando Diaz on that card. So that's actually going to be a pretty good card on October 18th, guys. I would tune into that. But like I said, we're going forward. So we lost the Fundora fight on the 25th. And now we pretty much just got to eke out the rest of October, and we're gonna get some good fights. Mary Spencer versus Michaela Mayer. I like both of those fighters for the women's division. Joshua Boazzi versus Zach Parker. So we're gonna get some decent fights going in. Not the biggest fights, but some of these guys got a pretty good name. Like I said, Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley. Gonna be a hell of a fight before we get into November, pretty much. But outside of that, this fight, not a lot of news going on. There was some news that I did hear, but I've kind of lost track on my news here in the last couple of days. All articles. Been just waiting for something to pop up, really. But like I said, we're still kind of coming off that that high from the Crawford Canelo fight. I watched that again today just to watch it on Netflix. I'm here at the house by myself, my kids and wife and all of them are down in Georgia with my mother-in-law visiting them for fall break. So I'm here by my damn self in this damn house. It's quiet as shit. So I sat back
Oh,
and
you are? I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you went. I thought you said you went
No,
down.
they went down Thursday that fall break, but I had to work tomorrow and on Monday, so I couldn't really take take off because I had 2 days coming up, and we didn't know fall break was coming up this weekend. We didn't find out till like Monday, and then on Tuesday, my wife's like, "Let's go down to Jordan." I'm like, I can't just tell my job on a Tuesday that I can't work Saturday and Monday. I'm already scheduled for them days, so I let them go. And I'm here just chilling, drinking my motherfucking bourbon, just watching TV, relaxing. Like I said, I cleaned up a little bit today. I had Crawford versus Canelo on both the TVs going, so that way when I walked in, I was able to watch it, rewatch that fight. Just super impressed. You know, what I mean, I can talk about Crawford all day, man, and all that other shit. Now I've been hearing rumors. Everybody was talking about Benavidez. Benavidez is pretty much said, I don't have any interest to fight Crawford. I'll give him his flowers. But Benavidez did say something I thought was kind of crazy. He said that was his moment. The Crawford versus Canelo, that was his moment. He said, I should have been the guy in the ring getting my hand raised. That should have been my moment. But I give Crawford his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he did kind of make a comment like, well, I have no interest going down to 168 and getting all the belts. So almost as if I could beat Terrence Crawford. Is he building that fight? Is that a possible fight? You could see.
I want David, my boy. Crawford, my motherfucker, but David, my boy. But that's too big, bro. David, big as fuck for real, bro. I ain't saying I'm going with Crawford regardless, but he too big, bro. Like, if anything, move up to heavyweight before you fight Crawford. Like, come on now.
Well, then you had the Ring Magazine. They got a show on there with Max Kellerman, and I'm 50-50 on Max. I used to like him back in the day in boxing.
Yeah,
Now,
that shit. We ain't even gonna support or talk about that shit. Weak.
yeah,
And
now,
Max just be talking, man. I ain't trying to
exactly.
fuck.
I agree, and that's what I
I
thought in the
see
last.
why Stephen A. kicked his ass off of First Take.
Yeah, he literally, and they got Ryan Garcia on that show too. Fucking what a joke. But anyways, they were on there. Benavidez was talking about now I'm not chasing Crawford. I'm not chasing Canelo. I don't want them dudes. I'm at my division 175. I'm chasing Better Beeve and I'm chasing Babal. That's who I'm chasing. And Max Kellerman and them laughed at that shit. Literally laughed like it was so funny that, oh, boy, you chasing Better Beeve and Babal. Like, the fuck you think he gonna do? Go all the way back down to 168 and chase
He ain't been at 175 for a couple. He was already kind of struggling with 168 anyway. So him going back down there is like, no, and he been at 175 for these
they
past few years.
don't do anything for him. Stay in
Yeah.
your division, chase those belts in your division. Baval will be back in early 2026, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll get a chance to fight Better Beeve if he wins his fight on the David Benavidez card. Those two are on the same card. If they both win their fights, respective fights coming up, then we're going to see those two fight probably early 2026, and then by summer 2026, you could get Baval versus Benavidez. I don't disagree with what he's doing, and I like his attitude of I'm chasing these dudes because those are the dudes in my division. I'm not looking backwards. I'm not looking at 168. But I thought it was crazy that Max Kellerman on there laughing like it was so funny that who's better Benavidez or who's better Beeve and Baval? Well, they're the best guys in that fucking division. That's who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Like two fucking champions. They're two undisputed fucking champions in their division. What do you mean that he's crazy to chase them? So yeah, that kind of detoured me away from that. I was like, you guys are a fucking joke. Like, I'm not big on. Like I said, I like Max Kellerman back a few years ago when he had that thing on ESPN going on. Bradley was on. I enjoyed that part of it, but now it's just like now he's just that much
trying too hard.
Yeah, acting like he's the man of the sport now, like the announcer of the sport. Like, oh, it's Max. What I say? Like, nah, nobody give a fuck what you say, Max. We got Andre Ward now. Fuck out of here. We don't need you. We got Andre Ward.
We got a real somebody that been in that ring.
I've been in the fucking ring. You look like you got herpes on your lip every fucking time I see you, Max. Like, clear that shit the fuck up. Like every fucking time something on the inside of his lip. Like, motherfucker, get rid of the herpes before you go on national TV. Put some makeup on that shit, my guy. You talking out here talking shit, and nobody trying to punch you. I get herpes on my hand. Like, nah, like we ain't doing that. Like, But yeah, man, not a lot. You got any other topics you want to talk about?
Not at all. Not at all. Might tune into this fight tomorrow, man. See what it's going for. Might. It's a big might.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuning in 100%. I've been feeling for some good boxing. I might actually try to catch that fight. Just started at 9 o'clock tonight. Uh, that fight that's going on the zone. Try to catch that a little bit, man. I need some boxing in my life. I'm ready for a big fight, and this Boots fight isn't the fight that I'm looking for. But let's see what he can do against a guy at 154. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We agree he shouldn't be doing a tune up, so I expect that he should handle this. You know what I mean? Handle it like impress some motherfuckers. Go out there to impress people. If you can impress people with this fight, then we're not going to expect much out of 154 for Boots. But I am looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to that heavyweight fight tomorrow night, Dave Allen versus the Majamov Makhtamov guy. I can't pronounce that last name, but that's going to be a good little heavyweight fight. The undercards are kind of weak on there, but hopefully somebody on these undercards gives us something to talk about because I need more boxing to talk about. Until then, though, my guy Spade, you know what to do. Take us out.
Everyone, like, subscribe, comment, watch the show. Stay tuned. You already know what it is. Bourbon and boxing, boxing and bourbon, man.
That's right. Of course, I'm gonna put my little thing in here. It's a little low, so I gotta refill it, and then we're gonna toast out, get it going.
He
Of
over
course,
there, he over there having a party, y'all.
I
The
know, but I
kids
gotta work.
gone.
I gotta work. I gotta be up at like 6:30. I can't
Oh
party
yeah,
too.
you tripping.
I gotta
Man,
contain
you better,
myself.
man, you better take your ass to sleep.
I'm gonna fuck around and find out at 6:30 in the morning. Like, oh,
What?
uh,
Oh, oh my God, bro.
I'm gonna wake up like 7:30. Shit, you know how it is. So I gotta contain myself. But hey, you know how it is. It's the two hosts with the most on episode 112 of Bourbon and Boxing, baby. The Cowboy. And
Stay.
we over and out, man. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Hope we gave you guys something to talk about. Hope we gave you guys something to listen to. We out. Have a great weekend, guys, and enjoy that fight tomorrow.